Kenny won multiple championships on Optic Gaming. He is a diamond. He is a force to be reckoned with.
Kenny's supposed to be the hero. No, he won't. And Simplicity, they're going to get that first round win.
That's a hell of a first round by Simplicity. They played it to perfection.
Simplicity, they're starting this one hot. Did not expect to see that happen at all.
Like Drake said, they went back to back, baby. They've gotten 2 rounds on the board already.
Can Simplicity make this happen? Here comes the push now. Kenny looking to get in their faces. Kenny gets that drop shot and manages to get out of dodge with that one, but needs to get around this corner. And look at that there, manages to get another one with that drop shot. Send him home. That's gonna be Solars. You're out of here.
Not over, I'm here.
Should be 2 there, should be 2 there. He's there, he's there. We wiped them, we wiped these kids. Marks. Take your time, take your time.
I'm coming.
Take your time, nice, right before it.
Simplicity, they're poised to be able to pull this win away and tie this match up here in game number 1. Can you believe it? Just game 1 and we're seeing such a close matchup. If Simplicity do manage to win this one, imagine the confidence boost that it'll be for this team. There you have it.
Simplicity has moved to map point on the reigning, defending, and what can only be described as the undisputed champions of Gears 4.
Every single tournament, we go out there and we give it our all.
The objective is to pretty much build a brotherhood. We're playing for the person on their left and the person on the right.
Being at the top, you have this feeling that you're always being watched, like everyone wants to take you down.
I'm on the game basically 24/7. It's just all dedication.
Right now, I'm just living the dream of playing Gears of War. I have no regrets, and I'm here to dominate.
I'm trying to achieve a goal and trying to prove people wrong. It's about winning.
Let's go, man!
The first tournament I went to was Hypostation 1 back in 2011. I believe it was October 2011. And I was so nervous to go to the tournament. I was driving down from Connecticut, and the whole like 2.5 hour drive down, I was just nervous. Like stomach was, turning upside down. Did I forget something? Do I have my toothbrush? Do I have everything? I'm triple checking all the stuff. A funny thing is I used to, like for my first tournament, I packed like 5 days to a week in advance. Like I was ready a week in advance. I was coming late, so everybody was already at the little video game store we were at, and when I got there, I was just gonna go meet my teammates, and that for me was just a very strange and uncomfortable idea. I was a very shy 17-year-old at the time. I sat down and turned to the Kenny bounce of online and was going off. So it was a nerve-wracking, amazing experience.
Oh my God! Yes! Good shit, kid! Holy shit!
When Gears 3 came out, I had the want to kind of have my name be connected to a certain character. So I looked for the characters that people weren't wanting to play as and kind of just attach myself to them. When the game came out, people didn't want to play girl characters. You had the nitty-gritty tough kind of guys. They were like, I want to play as Dom, Marcus, the Brotherhood, whatever, keep playing as my character. And I wanted to have my own character. I was like, I could see myself playing as Anya. I could really enjoy playing with her, and it's different. So since being released from Optic, I first had to figure out where I was gonna live, because I moved from Connecticut to Chicago, from Chicago then to Texas. And when I was released, I no longer had a home in Texas. So I had to figure out if I was moving back home to Florida, if I was moving to Colorado with my girlfriend Taylor. And I ultimately decided to moved to Colorado. So that's, you know, first box checked was figuring out where I'm gonna live, and then I had to figure out what team I was going to, and I decided to join up with Kyle and Fran on Echo Fox, and then we also were willing to give Powers a shot. He was about to turn 16. He had never been to an event before. He never been on a team before. He was just kind of playing. So he was the next person. So next checked box is having a team. A month and a half afterwards or something was New Orleans, and I wasn't like properly set up in Colorado when I went to New Orleans. I wasn't moved in yet. By around the San Diego point, I felt like I was set up. I got a car, I was, you know, I had a team, everything just seemed great. And then after San Diego, we decided to replace Powers and pick up Shock for the Invitational. We had high expectations. We were beating Optic online and beating every team online. We went at the Invitational, got 3rd, 4th, and got upsetted by Rise, which had the recently dropped Powers on it. So we dropped a player who then turned around and beat us.
Touch, Rise Nation secures the upset over Fury. Powers getting his revenge.
What people don't know is before the Invitational, my team was splitting at the seams. No, like, as you could see after the Invitational, people just split off in their own directions, and you know, I was stuck alone with no team option now. It wasn't easy at that point. There's a possibility I have to move to Florida because my dad has to get a couple surgeries. So, you know, the issues and struggling isn't stopping anytime soon. Man, this has been rough now that I'm thinking about it. In general, I tend to keep myself on a healthier diet, especially now more than when I first started. And since then, I've taken on, you know, kind of having just a healthier diet. You know, veggies, chicken's my go-to protein. Honestly, I feel like that affects me in game. I started eating cleaner and, you know, working out, going for runs, and honestly, I don't regret that day. It's been a great change, and I'm more than happy that I've done that for myself. I feel better on a daily basis. Yeah, it helps me play better. It helps me feel better. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I keep myself feeling good and feeling healthy, and that like transfers into game because I feel like my mind is thinking clearer and I'm playing much better. So I feel like that's kind of affected me recently too. I've gotten like much heavier on my dieting grind, and it's helped me perform a lot better and produce better stats while being the best teammate I could possibly be. The biggest silver lining is obviously getting to live with Taylor. She's someone we haven't been dating for 7 years, but I have been like talking to her, friends with her, and like I've known her for 7 years, and you know, getting to live with her and be around her on a daily basis is something special, and it's something that's helped me in like real life. You know, so getting dropped from my gaming team helped me in real life, but yeah, it's something that's been very special for me. I'd say a second one is, I guess, getting my drive and hunger back. That having drive and hunger in a player is something that's scary. You see it in players like Powers, see it in players like Icy. When they go into every single event, they have the hunger and drive and confidence no matter what. Having a team that matches that same hunger and drive will, you know, only bring me back to where I want to be. I'm not used to falling flat on my face. Like, even going back to when I was 17 years old, my lowest placing was 9th through 12th, and after that, I got first at my 3rd tournament. So I'm used to like just being at the top and staying on the top. I'm a very competitive person, so that thrill of competing and trying to win is honestly for me right now at its highest point. So getting back to the top and making that climb is, you know, it's exciting. I'm not slowing down at all. And any bit of like, I guess, finger talent that disappears, I'll make up with for hard work and being a good teammate. So I'll be here for a while. Yeah, I am one of the old people. I mean, it feels good to know that I've been competing or like playing Gears since 2007. I didn't know what like being a veteran would feel like. I don't like being disrespected by the new players and talked down to, or being talked down about, and kind of my skills being downplayed because I'm, you know, older. I think I can keep with them for a while, especially looking at a player like Fran. You know, Fran's been playing for as long as I can remember. When I started playing, Fran was already playing, and he's been like competing since 2007. And I joke with him and say he's like 45 years old, but I think he's realistically like 28 or something, 28, 29. Like even the Ribs, 28, 29. When I see them still playing, well, Ribs is casting now, but when he is playing, he's still a top player in the game. It makes me pretty confident. I think I'll be doing this for as long as it's going. I do know that, like, not that my individual skill has fallen, I just bring more to the table than that. And I think that's what started the big shift in how I give back kind of to other teams. Not many people want to give pointers and help people out, so I've kind of taken the initiative on myself and helping anybody who wants help. Giving some nudges to make people up their game is only going to make me have to up my game. Every team in Gears has our work cut out for ourselves to try and take down the explosive and mental. They're clearly the powerhouse team with how they're built, and it's no easy task to be able to, you know, take them to tiebreaker maps, take them, you know, take series off of them, and even win a tournament over them. They get better as the tournament goes along, and yeah, that's going to apply to, you know, any Gears title. And you know, the best thing you could do is, you know, just keep working at it and becoming better teams so that we can actually take them down. I feel like the first team that actually takes them down in a tournament will be one of the teams that I'm on. This new game, I feel like I'm going to figure everything out quicker than other players and other teams, and that'll help me be successful in taking them down. I'm more eager to beat Optic than hold up the trophy. I'm looking forward to seeing their faces when I do win and I do beat them, because it'll just give me the satisfaction of knowing that I've gone through so much shit and came back to be the person that takes away the trophies from them.
Gears 4 ended, I can't say it ended in a bad note. It could have been a lot better. We placed third going into that event. We lost to Optic, and to be honest, that was like our biggest challenge.
Where do I even start? Like, after Boston, like Sunday night in Boston, I learned that I no longer had a team.
Yeah, it's pretty weird thinking about Gears of War 4 being over, because I basically came up in that game. I got noticed in that game.
For those of you guys who don't know, we've actually asked to be released from Optic Gaming following the Immortals Gaming Club buyout.
Since Boston, we honestly take a break.
Gears of War 4 ended pretty poorly, in my opinion. It was my worst placing, which was the last event in Boston. Ended up getting 9th through 12th, which I never do. But, you know, it ended kind of bad. It didn't end the way I wanted to, but the thing with life is that there's always new experiences and there's new opportunities, and that's what Gears of War 5 brings.
Two of my teammates pretty much said, hey, you know, going into Gears 5, we want to team with these two guys we recently teamed with. Pretty much put me in a position where I said, all right, like, I'm not gonna, you know, you do your thing. Do what you want to do for the future, and then I'll just figure my own stuff out. You know, you do what you want to do, because I'm not going to hold somebody back from playing with who they want to play with. So as of Sunday night in Boston, I didn't have a team.
What I've been up to, basically just getting some rest, enjoying summer. Obviously still playing Gears of War, streaming a lot too.
I was just taking my time, to be honest. I was just realizing, like, the stuff that I have, like, how grateful we should be for all this stuff. And I was just, to be honest, just playing some other games just to get a little bit distracted, playing with my brother, just like having some fun randomly, or just like spending time with my family.
You know, since we're in the off season, we're waiting for Gears 5, and this is why we're here, right? But lately, I've just been hanging out with the family, my friends, you know, just relaxing a bit because I know once the game comes out, I'm not leaving my house at all. Like, I'm gonna be zoned in, you know, just ready to learn anything I can.
So this weekend we are playing under Talks Gaming. We were under Optic for the whole duration of Gears 4, which was out for almost 3 years. And we're planning on sticking to one organization under one roof once Gears 5 comes out.
For like 15 days, I went to Italy and Paris. Over that span of 15 days, I probably had like 2 or 3 different rosters. And I went through my own roster mania. Went through a bunch of like drama when I wasn't even playing. Like I was in another country. I wasn't even playing the game. Pretty much at the end of it all, I think it was about like a month of headaches of changing rosters. I landed with the roster I have now, and we found ourselves under Simplicity.
So since Boston, me and Kenny ended up talking. So me and him were ex-teammates. So we started to build a team.
For someone like me who's trying to kind of build a new team or have a new team that's functioning going into Gears 5, he's someone that just makes sense to have as a key piece. So that's why he's found his way in. You can't deny talent.
We're here in Atlanta to play a tournament with Gears 5. I'm just overall excited to play the new game, get to play with my new team, get that chemistry going, and trying to see what we do. We're all gonna be starting on the same skill level.
Today is Thursday, and Thursday is preparation.
The way we practice these last months, because we didn't have the game yet, this was just playing a couple tournaments, and the team chemistry is there. Like, you can see it. It's something that just don't go.
Our strategy going into Gears 5, you know, just focus more on ourselves, our preparation, not so much of what they're doing or what strategies they could run. You know, it's more on us being able to adapt, setting the pace, and I feel that will be our success in Gears 5.
So here's the thing. My team didn't prepare that much, but we prepared more than other teams. So, you know, hats off to Nasty if he plays really well this weekend because he's been working his ass off. But outside of him working his ass off, the rest of us have just pretty much been playing ranked. We've been playing some wagers and just trying to keep ourselves individually warmed up because that's something that's very important in this weekend. You're not going to see a lot of in-depth team strategy and team expertise. You're going to see a lot of individual players making the right individual decisions and hitting a lot of individual shots. And you're going to see some teamwork with teammates being next to each other with shotguns or doing like simple Lancer like help, but you know, not many teams are going to be using in-depth teamwork. So I feel like we're in a pretty good position because of that. I feel like it plays in our benefit because Nasty hasn't like competed in the last 2.5 years. So he's individually warmed up. We're all individually good, and I feel like that's put us on an even playing field as teams. Is like just like Tox, Ghost, Rec. I feel like we're coming into this weekend as heavy competitors.
Since we brought back like an older player in Nasty or Jacob that hasn't played in 2 or 3 years, he's not used to escalation. He's used to a different game type. So what we did is, I would say about 2 to 3 times a week, we would try to do one scrim for him and teach him how to play escalation, teach him how to do all that. Because in Gears 5, we already knew escalation was still going to be a game type. So we taught him the game type and the skill, and with the weapons will come naturally with him. He's a professional at the end of the day. It's nothing too hard because it is off season, but just a little practice here and there.
Now, to get to the point where we are right now, we actually did do our Swiss stages, and that was conducted yesterday, where we determined where the seedings were going to be. So the players had already went up against one another, and there you see Coach Fatal Strike there with reciprocity. Players already putting in the work, learning the game, understanding it at a deeper level than anyone, because these are the best players in the world.
On Friday, we have a tournament that's being arranged that decides seed, and that's very important going into the Saturday tournament, which is the official day that it starts.
Today we've only played against 2 teams. We played against Ghost and we played against Mazer. So far, scrims have gone well and in our favor, but at the end of the day, those are just scrims.
Yo, I think I have 2 mid-house. Yo, can you guys look at mid? Yo, Alex, cutting in you, Alex.
Chemistry and just our raw Gears of War mechanics like could take us home with the trophy.
And there you saw the Swiss standings there and who managed to topple who. That leads us to the overall. Ghost and Tox are going to be at the top. No surprise there. I mean, they were the most dominant squads.
Yes, teamwork is gonna be so much important, but also the individual plays that people used to do, it's gonna be there, but it's just not as much as it used to be. Like, people are gonna have to be careful too, because they're just gonna die, and they're just gonna, like, the game that you're gonna be playing the match, you're just gonna lose it. The game right now is slower, but you can die fast, like, so fast. So you have to take care about that, and that's what I've been doing most, like, just being a good, like, leader, captain for saying like that, and just staying back watching. It's a new game, like it's a new meta. I'm feeling like that, and it's a whole different game.
Now that I played Gears 5 for a day, I have the utmost confidence in our team. We've scrimmed the top teams, and we're playing just fine. We're right there neck and neck to them. Sometimes we lose 7-6 or 7-5, but it's close. It's neck to neck, so I know that we're right there. So I'm very excited. My predictions is we're gonna win. I don't come to tournaments to say I'm not gonna win. That's not who I am. You shouldn't compete if you don't think you're gonna win. That's the way I look at it.
The predictions I honestly feel that is gonna come true this weekend would have to be us in the finals versus Tox. It's gonna take time, but in this short notice, I think that my team has the IQ to pull it off.
I feel like everything can happen. Like, I feel like every team like have their stuff. Like, you know, like everything have their possibility for win. But I think I'm gonna do great. Like, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like we're gonna win this tournament. Like, actually win it.
I really don't really have any predictions, to be honest, because it's a whole new game. Nobody really knows anything about it, so anything can happen. I want to win, and I know we can.
This tournament in particular is single elimination, so everyone has to hit their shots, make the most minimal mistakes that you possibly can, because one mistake, you could be out.
This weekend is wide open. Any team can win. And from the little bit of, like the little taste I've gotten of 2 or 3 different teams, everybody's trying to figure it out. Everyone's trying to work on everything. And I've played, I think every map I've played has gone 7-6 or 7-5. So every match is going down to the wire. Every match just like has a turning point to where certain teams are taking a couple rounds and the other teams, it's literally feels like a heavyweight match in every single game I'm playing. I don't know who's gonna win. Like, it's bias aside, I wanna say I'm gonna win, but bias aside, I don't know who's gonna win.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ELEAGUE. I'm Golden Boy, and I couldn't be more excited for what we're going to see here today. Gears 5, that's right, the unreleased game, and it's the first time we've ever had a tournament for it. It's going to be awesome. The best pro players in the world are here. They're going to get their hands on Gears 5, and I know that you are excited because I'm excited, and I think this guy's excited too. Let's start the show.
My goals for the next title, depending on how long the circuit goes or how the circuit is, I want to win at least 2 to 3 tournaments in the next like full season of Gears 5. That's the goal I'm setting for myself. It's a little unrealistic to think you're going to win every tournament. You know, we can't even sit here and say that the Explosive is going to win every tournament going into Gears 5. So I'd be happy winning 2 or 3 and remaining in a top 4 point throughout the first season of the next game.
Gears 5, we're going to learn way more about it. The one thing that I'm sure that all of our fans at home and for everyone here in the studio wants to know about is the next upcoming season for Gears of War Esports. Full disclosure, the 3 of us have not seen this video, so this is like brand new information to us. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, I did not know that. Adding some new regions, World Championship, PGL is going to be hosting the World Champs. That's incredible.
If you don't got your adrenaline pumping right now, you better check your pulse, because that was big time, baby.
I like it.
With Gears 5, I kind of feel like that love is lit up again, and I'm not just playing as a competitor, I'm playing as someone who loves the Gears franchise and loves the way Gears plays. So Gears 5 has kind of relit that love for me. I'm hoping it does the same for a lot of people.
The game is amazing. I'm excited to go out there and compete and play major tournaments and progress with my team.
I have the best 5 players in the game on my team, the best coach on my team, and we're gonna work our butts off to try and bring you guys more championships.
No one is gonna work harder than us.
I'm very excited to start Gears 5 and start that whole new teaming thing.
Team Reciprocity is a great organization, so I look forward to seeing us win in Gears of War 5.
Reciprocity going up against Rise Nation. Who is going to win our first match of the Gears 5 Summer Series Invitational?
Folks, we're starting off with our very first map on Gears 5.
Fran may want to force another 1v1 with Powers, old teammates, and it's Fran that wins the fight. Powers goes down. Sleepy's made the heads-up play to rotate over towards the mid-neutral. He now has himself a 1v1, but the support shots are there for Rise. Sleepy wants to just try and give himself an advantage in the fight. He will be unable to do. 24 seconds. Rise, you gotta make a play or map 1's done and dusted. C is being taken.
He needs to cap this hill. He gets it, but the decap is not gonna matter. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Wow! In the end, Reciprocity in a nail biter of a round comes in clutch.
So I'm very confident. I feel that we have the brain power, and we just have to put everything together and improve our teamwork.
I think I have perfect teammates to do what it takes in Gears 5. I believe in all of us. I know we're all confident. We just have to work on the little things.
Seems like advantage instantly for Rise. Powers just managed to get his hands on the boom, but the kills are going in favor of Wreck, but you can't buddy stack. I see him Fran find out the hard way. Powers with a double with the boom. Our Reciprocity. Sleepy's trying to make the play. He found one, he finds 2. That is big for Wreck. Let's go, boys!
Keep that shit up. Fight, Kevin.
Good job, baby!
Just like that, baby. Just have fight, baby.
Right back in the game.
Reciprocity's teamwork, they have a lot more teamwork than us, and lives actually matter in this game.
Fran will drop, but Drix is there to be traded out. Unfortunately, Icy falls as well. It's trades on trades on trades, and the lead is a big one. Wreck looking to try and steal the round, denied. Vexies with a win against Sleepy Time to keep Rise alive.
That's what a team needs to be successful in Gears 5. You need teamwork.
Is there anyone over that side of the map? It's going to be Powers. He's all by himself. Shock taking a fight as well. They both drop.
And Reciprocity is our first winner on the main stage. They progress on.
I think Vic is going to go up in stock, which is crazy to say. Individual skill and landing shots matters more, and he was already really good at Gears 4, and I actually caught a sneak peek of him playing a different Gears game, Gears Ultimate Edition, and he was really good at landing shots, very good at playing from a distance, and I didn't expect that from him. I feel like in Gears 5, he's just going to mature more, learn more team things, and learn to help his teammates better while maintaining that same individual skill, which will make his stock go up. I think by the time we finish Gears 5, he will be the MVP of the season.
Even though we lost the first match in the tournament and we basically got last place, I'm still overall excited about the new season and what my new team can do.
For those of you that voted online, we see 82% of you guys voted for Ghost Gaming, only 18% for Glory. That's disrespectful, man. We have a champion on that team. They're gonna have to kick things off right here on District.
That is 5 dead from Glory.
The aggression from Ghost Gaming just proves to be way too dominant. That was a perfect play. That was a perfect play. They're gonna be absolutely perfect so far in this series. 7-0 on this map. Ghost Gaming starting off way too strong. PR, what's the chance that Ghost Gaming wins this series 14-0? Has this ever happened?
If Glory can't win this round, I don't really know what to say.
14-0. 14-0. Ghost Gaming, go ahead, and they're going to win map number 2, perfecting this series against Glory. 7-0, map 1, 7-0, map number 2.
Talks Gaming, Explosive, and I've got Kyle with Simplicity.
This is going to be a fun one because we're going to see how good Tox actually is and also how hungry Simplicity is. There's an opportunity here, a big opportunity for Simplicity to shock the world.
And look at this, early on, you see a bit of a disciplined split here. You see 3 members from the side of Tox Gaming. They flood into the cinema. They want that B-Hill early.
And I like the way to Simplicity, they're just rolling together here. They managed to take out Solars, and now that's going to open things up.
I feel like our first couple maps that we got on, we just kind of got on and pretended like it was Gears of War 4. And we found out very quickly that that's not how you play this game.
Can Explosive be the hero? No, he won't.
That was a big kill. 3 big kills, 4 big kills.
Crazy, that's all of them down. Explosive, he's out of it. And Simplicity, they're gonna get that first win. Simplicity, they're starting this one hot. Did not expect to see that happen at all.
And I actually remember saying that the most important thing for us going into this tournament, if we want to take home the victory, was we can't play this game like it's Gears of War 4. We have to play it like it's a new game, and we have to snap out of our old habits and pretty much create new ones. So far, I think we've done a great job of that.
There goes a drop shot. Oh, and it's short, and it doesn't connect. You hate to see it happen, folks. That should give them the lead here, 3-2.
The number one thing we got to remember with this Tox team, the number of mistakes you can make against them is 0.
We were accepting of the challenge. We obviously didn't want to play them first. We kind of want to warm up and then play them in the finals. That would be something that we would all want to do, but we accepted the challenge. We weren't scared at all, and I think we showed that the first map.
Simplicity has moved to map point.
That's what you like to see. We're all tied up here. Things, though, are starting to crumble here as Tox pick up some more kills. That's going to be 3 players down. Kyle's out of the action now. This is it, folks. It's for all the marbles. Explosive giving him the thumbs up. After a grueling, grueling game, it is going to be Tox.
I feel like Kyle's stock is going to go up this game because like the changes with the Nasher. So the Nasher has become a little stronger, so you can play for a little bit more range. And if anyone's followed Kyle since the beginning of his competitive career in Gears 3, he was always a player who was really strong at LTing his shotgun and just hitting 2 to 3 consistent shots to down you or kill you. And for him, this game plays more into that than Gears 4 ever did. So I think he's going to do everything else well that he did before, and then his shotgun is just going to become stronger, so he should be more of a force on the map. Kind of seen it already, but that's how I feel like it's going to go.
Trust me, I'm not emotional.
That was because it was our first time. We got to win the first map after we get 2 first bloods. It was a 5v3. It's as simple as that. Like, there's none. I mean, you don't have to hold your heads down, you know, held them high. We're still confident in us, and just to beat those kids, you cannot lose a 6-6 when we're 5v3. That's it. In the second map, I know that we lost 7-3 or 7-2, but those rounds were competitive. You know, we were in there, we didn't give up, and I'm proud of the way we played. Not one round, and I feel like we gave up. We stuck in there, so you know, it's unfortunate that we lost, but I think the tournament went pretty well for our first ever event, and we have like a lot of progression to do when we get back home when the real game comes out.
Let's take a look at our tournament bracket presented by Axe as things stand. On the top side, and also on the bottom side, it's going to be some spicy games. Ghost versus Reciprocity, EU's finest versus Tox. The winner of both of those 2 games will progress through to the first ever grand final in Gears 5 esports.
We have 2 phenomenal teams that are going to square off here. You got Reciprocity and Ghost. These 2 teams have met in the past.
Reciprocity has a chance for vengeance.
I think that never is gonna go. Like, I feel like we've been playing for so much that we already know, like, our matchups. We just know that we're gonna play these guys. I don't know. It just feels different.
Here we go, folks. Back into the game we go. Taking a bunch of damage. The crossing from Ghost. So exquisitely done.
That's great. That's big. Identives now with the Marksa.
Look at this. Look at this.
Reciprocity has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
That was just war. That was literally just war. Like, I don't know. It was just like, it never ends. Like, somebody was just making a play, and then the other guy of the other team was just making another play. So we were trying to counter them, but at the same time, they were doing another play.
Ghost Gaming set the trap. They spring it.
And all that is found is more death for Reciprocity.
Game 1 goes the way of Ghost Gaming. GG 7-2.
There goes all my hope, didn't it?
I told the team, do not lose your will to win. If you lose that, you have nothing.
Reciprocity, this is a team and an organization with a lot of fans and a lot of people who believe in the likes of Franchise and Icy, and they have every reason to do so. Ghost Gaming, they're gonna have to do this 4v5. Is it enough?
The shocks prevented the push, Golden Boy. If you've got the utility, you've got some control.
Dude, Rushies is going for it, living up to the name, man. Oh, look at the support, though. Rushy had some help, and he was able to challenge that fight. Sleepy Time kills Dezo with frag grenades. Boom shot doesn't hit the mark. Monkeys needs to make the play. Can he be the hero? No! And Reciprocity, they're bringing this to a game 3.
Sleeper looking for something underneath that table. I think he might have been going for a mark, but he comes away with a water bottle. Here comes Identiv on a big flank. 2 kills to his name already. He's looking for a third. They're going to give it to him anyway. Sleeper, big turnaround on Rezik. Icy has to be able to look behind him. He has to figure out what's coming behind him because it's the boogeyman. He gets one.
That player's gonna be stunned. And Identivs, you're out of here. Roll right into him. I dare you. Icy with the triple kill. Put respect on his name.
Look at that stare. Look at the stare on Icy. He's looking at his opponents. There is not a single emotion out of that man. Oh.
Benson losing his collective mind.
What are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen?
It's just monkeys going up against 4 players of Reciprocity, and we got ourselves a tied game here in Atlanta.
Hail Mary! Hail Mary!
From downtown! Oh no! Icy just team killed Rezik! Icy just team killed Rezik!
Oh no! Rushies kills Fran! Rushies kills Fran!
They don't see him! Icy
the kill!
Hero!
He didn't
oh
have the
my
melee!
double melee!
And now Franchise left all by himself! Ghost Gaming is going to come out on top of this exchange!
But Rushies is inside!
The
oh!
There it is! There it is! Ghost Gaming! Ghost Gaming!
That was a fight for the ages there.
To be daddy is not like, oh, I beat you, you know, like, oh, I beat you. It feels good, but not in that way. Like, it feels good, like, to be with my team and beat them like that. Like, that's what I feels good, like, being with my family and beat that team. But to be daddy, like, he always be with my brother. I even go when I hug him, I was like, good match, bro. I feel like they were doing a lot of mistakes, but us too, so we can't blame them either.
When it comes to losing to him, obviously it hurts me right here. It's just a lot of respect me and him have, and we're competitive. At the end of the day, I still want Rec to win and beat Ghost, but at the end of the day, you gotta show them respect when it's due.
Yachty in Gears 5 is going to do pretty well. He's not going to have to do much adjusting. The only thing I could see him needing to do is, he's someone who's always been known as a good teammate, but due to the respawn system, I feel like some more pressure is going to be put on some of these support players when their Slayers start running low on respawns.
The match came down to round 13, tiebreaker 6-6. Like, that is pressure, that is intense. Losing round 13, it felt like someone stabbed my heart, my stomach, everything at the same time. But I'm not a type of person that dwells on negativity, so I just wanted to keep moving forward. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, map number 1, Training Grounds, Tox, and EU's finest.
Yeah.
Domination has come through, and Tox are now up 2-0.
EU's finest needs to wake up. Perfect, bro. You got the perfect. But Felty was taken out with a long-range marks, a shot by Solars. Triple cap opportunity coming out by Tox. This can't happen if you're EU's finest. And there you have it. EU's finest kind of chokes away that round. I don't even know what just happened.
I'm confused. It seems like EU's finest, they're lost at the moment.
Tox takes a 7-2 victory. Tox not slowing down here just yet.
That is all she wrote. Tox will go straight to the grand finals. Pretty much a rematch going against Ghost Gaming.
Our tournament bracket presented by Axe. We're gonna have a rematch of our Boston Major. It is Ghost Gaming going up against Tox Gaming.
all of the action in this best of 5 training rounds. Map 1, round 1 underway.
Let's get it on. Let us know in the chat who you want to win. Let us know in the crowd. It's Ghost versus Tox.
E is being contested though, and it's Summons that wins the fight. Summons basically trying to just take control of the game himself. He found 3, couldn't get lucky number 4.
Oh, that headshot was so clutch. The precision. Beautiful strategy by those guys. They're gonna clean up these kills. The F hill gets capped, the E hill's on the board, and Tox is gonna take map number 1 of your grand finals.
Ghost Gaming just not able to get the job done.
When you're playing a team like Tox, you gotta find a way to get these guys to doubt themselves.
Map 2 of the grand final underway. 85 to 46, headshots galore. Kills going all in their favor as Ghost Gaming drop like dominoes. Trip cap domination coming through. Tox will take it. Map point.
4 rounds in a row. They know that they got the game in their hands.
Explosives with the double, and unfortunately for Identives, he's gonna be left, or is he? Explosive with a team kill on Mental. He has to make up for a big mistake. Ghost has the round pretty much won. They just have to seal the deal. The kills come through.
They gotta do that 4 more times. But if they do it 4 more times, map number 3 just got that much more interesting.
Mental just got shredded by Sleeper. Flank from Dezo, they didn't see that coming. Is this the opening for Ghost Gaming? Solars could be in trouble. He goes down, but at what cost? The push is gonna come wide, and that's a nice play from Sleeper as he flies through. Monkeys with a double as well. 3 dead for Tox, and Ghost Gaming will be sending this to a round 13.
If they win this map, Vincent, this finals is about to get crazy.
They've had composure against Reciprocity twice. Now, can you do it against the big boys? Solars finds Dezo. Sleeper able to trade out a life for a life. Boom shot basically for free now for Monkeys.
Sleeper got a headshot as well with the Markset. Another double kill. Identis with a snipe.
183, 201. EB recapped up. Identif hits the headshot. Explosives down and out. Praise, no more respawns left. It's a 5v4. Ghost take the Vamos as they push forward, surging towards Tox's home hill. Solars falls. Ghost Gaming are gonna tie things up in this grand final.
Ghost Gaming did it. 5 rounds in a row. Down 6-2, match point, and they tie it up 1-1.
I don't know. I feel like we ran out of fuel. Like, I don't know.
We'll see Mental's perspective. Will he find the kills?
Oh,
there's one.
Oh,
gets a good shot.
Oh, that hurt.
Just has to buy time. Explosive says thank you very much. There's a free one, but it is Chaos. Can Chaos get a double? No, he can't. Explosive with the pick. Tox, they smell blood. Monkeys down as well.
Is this the victory lap?
There's nowhere they can run. There's nowhere they can hide. Boom is out. Monkeys has to go huge. He's not going to be able to do so. And the Kings of Gears 4 remain on top. Tox Gaming, your champions here at the ELEAGUE Summer Series Invitational. Wow.
Gilbert. I feel like he could stay the exact same, or I could see him dropping, which again, very easy to see, but I feel like his drop wouldn't be, to like 2nd or 3rd best player. It would be deep. I think it would be like the 10th best player, 15th best player. He would drop down heavily. His individual skill was never the highest. He's always fallen back on his leadership and being a good teammate. That'll never go away. But the real question mark is if that shotgun skill is gonna remain up there, because a lot of what he was trying to get away with or doing in Gears 4 doesn't apply as much to Gears 5. And I'm predicting he stays at that high level. I think he stays in that top 3, top 4 range and remains to be in consideration for MVP. I know his work ethic better than anybody else, and that guy works. Identis will stay the exact same. Just cut and dry. He loves Gears. He's a slayer, he's a support player. He's one of the few players in Gears that can do anything you need him to. So there's not a doubt in my mind he's gonna go into this game and that entire Ghost team is gonna be a force and he's gonna lead the charge.
I just left immediately. I just don't want to see them there. Like, it's just like, I'm happy for my teammates because they are amazing. Like, they actually are amazing. Like, I never seen players like them. Like, I'm actually surprised of Sleeper, Monkeys, Desona, Chaos. Like, they're the best, taking the decisions, doing the stuff. Like, they do it so great. I feel like it was just like they played better at the end of the time. Like, we didn't hold it good, and they just take advantage of it. It's always like the same rule. I mean, you leave something open for them, you leave like something just like this, and they will start taking it, like just make it like a mess. I would say that it's annoying. Obviously, I'm positive about it, like I will learn from it, but the feeling is just like, being in so many finals versus them, like so many, so it's like losing to them every time and watching them, like it just like want me like to beat them actually more. Like I just don't want them to win.
After being champions of the E-League Invitational for Gears 5, it definitely is a great feeling, especially because like we went into this like tournament pretty much not knowing what to expect, and the fact that everyone kind of had that fresh start and we still came out on top, like it's a great feeling to know that like no matter like what happens, no matter how many times we win, like my team and myself are always gonna keep pushing each other to keep getting better and better, and I think that's what makes it so good.
Because of Gears of War, I was able to meet Taylor, and a lot of the experiences that I've had throughout, you know, these last, what was it, like it's 2 seasons going on the 3rd. A lot of these experiences I've gotten to share with her, and I met her through Gears of War, and I continue to build memories with her through Gears of War. Gears of War is a part of pretty much every facet of my life. Another thing too is my family got to see the tournament this weekend. You know, obviously it sucked that the one match they were able to see I lost, but they still valued that experience. Honestly, the tournament ended on a high note, and I say that like kind of loosely because we got 2-0'd by Tox. But at the start of the tournament, we were hands down the worst team. We were struggling inside of our practice room. Practice was horrible. There were certain moments where we saw glimpses of greatness from us, but it was never consistent. The teamwork wasn't there. This team is I guess a work in progress, and you can't expect to go out against, again, like hands down one of the top 4 teams and beat them when your team has looked the way we did the first 2 days. And we're hoping to build off of it.
Justin would definitely get better in Gears 5 because it's slower, it's more methodical, and you know that's something that we all kind of like wanted. So I do believe he will get better because he's a veteran as well, so he's been adapting with the time, so I don't see this being any different.
I don't know, I used to look up to Justin in Gears 3 back in the day. The first time that I knew about him, I was like, nah, there's no way. This guy is so good. He was in a tournament in the Hyper Station, so I'm telling you, like, I feel like all these players, especially Kenny, they cannot go back. Like, they have to go forward 100% because it's just like they already know how to play the game, so nobody can go back. Like, you need to start like playing it obviously more smart, but as a team.
He got like ignited again when Gears of War 5 came out, and that's all you need, and that's kind of what I needed. It's just a fresh start, you know?
When it comes to Justin, some people tell him to retire or you shouldn't be playing anymore, but people talk all the time. You can't listen to those people. He hasn't had like a stable team, one that's been practicing for many events, maybe even a full season. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before those clicks happen and he'll go into the right path and do extremely well, just like he was doing on Optic.
I'm cocky. Like I've got pride, I've got ego, and I will work my ass off. So I put myself in the same category as Gilbert as far as if I'm not doing something well, I'll do my best to change that, and I'll put a bunch of pressure on myself, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But, you know, I feel like no matter what I do, my stock can only go up. I was really, really close to having my degree in Connecticut, and I made the decision to move away and move to Chicago and the Scuff House, and then move to Texas and move to Denver. Like went all over the place, and schooling kind of got put on the back burner. But I've now decided to put schooling and as much priority as Gears is. I'm actually trying to get into video game development, and that's the path I want to go down. So that's my plan. I want to go to school, be a developer, make Gears 7. I'm the annoying person they have to deal with a couple of times. I don't know if they want to hire me in the office. We'll see. 25 years old. I love Gears of War, and I have no plan of retiring anytime soon. And I feel like I'm at probably one of the happiest points in my life, and a lot of it is due to Gears of War.